Hello food fans, going to have a nice lunch today. Cost about $2.49 for this. This is a Hormel Compleats, Compleats spelled Compleats, and it's got 16 grams of protein in this 10-ounce package, which is chicken alfredo. I will try that. I have not had that before. And the Hormel Compleats do not need refrigeration. You take them home, put them on the pantry shelf. I guess you handle them pretty much the way you'd handle a can of canned vegetables or beans or pasta, whatever. But 1 minute in the microwave after you take them off the shelf and they're ready to eat. And I've tried a couple of them. They're pretty good. I certainly would recommend them, and especially the price. This was under $2.50 per meal, and they can be bought at Walmart for $2.24, I think it was, and Amazon online actually has some low prices on some of these, so something to look into. And they do taste good. They do have too much sodium, like almost all processed food. You'll be getting about 40% of your sodium intake recommendation with one package. But we're also going to have some salads. I'll tell you about them later on, and we're going to have a secret dessert. So let's get started. And it comes out of the microwave very hot, so keep the kiddies away from the microwave. And I told you I would have salad. I'm going to have 3 different salads. I've got coleslaw, and this is from the deli at Kroger. I have traditional macaroni salad, and I have potato salad. And which type? Southern style potato salad. And these are 3-pound containers, and these were on sale when I happened to be at Kroger, and I decided I'm going to have that because I like their salads. And when I say they were on sale, they really were. A 3-pound container here, this 3-pound container was $4.49 for those of you who keep track of prices. On sale for $4.49. The 1-pound container was $4.99. So that gives you some idea of what a bargain it is to get the salads at a big discount. I'm going to start with my favorite salad. This is a cabbage salad, but it's coleslaw. That's the type of cabbage salad. And take a taste. And it is good. And I'll take another taste. Test it here. By the way, I put pepper on the chicken alfredo. I try to have cabbage every day, and I'm pretty successful with it. Usually you just have a cabbage salad. But today we'll have coleslaw, which is a cabbage salad. And the macaroni salad. I've had these salads from Kroger before, and they are quite good. Weather today is very, very good. About 70 degrees. Fahrenheit. Macaroni salad passes the taste test brilliantly. I think the salads are probably nutritious. Let's see what they have on the side of this potato salad here for sodium. Where is it? There it is. 20% if you take two-thirds of a cup. I'm not going to be eating that much of the salad. In fact, since I got these for $4.49 per serving, it's going to be about 20 cents. So
3 salads times 20 cents, 60 cents. And the chicken Alfredo was $2.49, so we're talking a little over $3. We'll make it, counting the beverage and the secret dessert, we're going to have a very low cost meal, probably total price about $3.50. The chicken Alfredo is only 10 ounces. Hungry Man meal would be 16 ounces, but the Hungry Man meal would be more than twice as much as the chicken Alfredo. Let's get a taste of this. I don't think I've ever had their chicken Alfredo. It is good. It almost tastes like there's some meat flavoring, which there is. There's the chicken. But it tastes more like there's some exotic thing done to the chicken to give it a different flavor, a slightly more flavorful flavor. Talk about some things here that people have asked questions about. First of all, some root beer. Root beer is my favorite beverage, and what I'll talk about to begin with, Amazing Stories, which was a TV series. It was produced by Steven Spielberg, who's done it at Universal. This show lasted for 2 seasons. I worked on a few episodes. One was about a TV set. A guy has a remote where he's controlling his TV, and all the people on the TV screen suddenly appear in his living room, and he's got wrestlers, and Richard Simmons was there. Richard Simmons was very nice to his dog, or dogs. He had a couple of dogs there on the stage, and when they got ready to start filming and doing the show, he sent the dogs home in a limousine with air conditioning. It was a hot day. So Richard Simmons was nice. Ed McMahon was there. I never did get to talk with him. And Amazing Stories, there's another episode I worked on where they had a wig, a person's wig that they would put on top of their head to make it look like they had more hair, and it was called, the title of the episode was Hell to Pay, T-O-U-P-E, Hell to Pay. And that's probably available at YouTube. You can probably watch some Amazing Stories. They never caught on like Twilight Zone or Outer Limits. Chicken Alfredo tastes good. Chicken Alfredo tastes good. Chicken Alfredo tastes good. Chicken Alfredo tastes good. It would make a good main meal if you don't eat too much of a diet. Like if you were eating 2 servings, you'd be getting a lot of sodium, but you'd be getting a lot of good food, tasty food too. Per serving, this meal comes in at about $3.50, and if you're cooking for a lot of people, something that you can put in the microwave, like this particular Hormel Compleats meal, you take it off the shelf, put it in the microwave, leave it in there for 1 minute, put some vents in the film covering, and it's ready to go. I'm going to get a bigger spoon here. The food prices are going up. And they go up a little bit every day, and sometimes you feel like you're glad to pay the price if they have the item on the shelf, because there are a lot of items that are not on the shelf. The items that have been missing on the shelf, one of the items I've noticed, the Kroger brand, their own brand of canned pasta, like spaghetti and meatballs, or the macaroni and ground beef, whatever. The store brand is very hard to find. And same with the pet food aisle. The pet food aisle has a lot of empty shelves now. My cats are not complaining because they're getting bologna. Bologna for a cat is more or less like strawberry shortcake. Someone wanted to know about Vin Scully, if I'd ever worked with him or knew him. I did not. But I'll talk a little bit about Vin Scully. I'm not a fan of baseball or any sport. I'm not into competitive sports games and so on. But I would listen to Vin Scully when he would call the play-by-play for, I guess it was the Dodgers in Los Angeles. And I think I heard his first broadcast in Los Angeles when the Dodgers moved there. He had a good voice. He could talk about anything. He could talk about this food, and I would want to listen. It's an ASMR thing. Vin Scully had a very excellent speaking voice, and he said the right things, and he didn't get excited at the wrong moment. So I noticed that about his voice. There are other voices in radio and television and recorded music and so on. Some people just have a gift with a voice, and they can talk for a while, and you'll feel good even if they're giving bad news. More chicken alfredo. I would definitely have this again. If I wanted a bigger meal, what I'd do is I would get 2 different Hormel Compleats meals. And I'd be careful about sodium content in the other foods I had on that day. Some of the things I'll tell you about when I used to work as a movie extra in Southern California, give you an idea of how the system worked. There were casting agencies like Central Casting, Richmar Casting, and Hollywood Casting. There are a lot of different agencies that provided extras for motion pictures, and you had to register with the agency, and if you were in the union, you got one rate of pay. If you were non-union, you got a different rate of pay. More of this. And the pay back in 1979 is when I started, but I moved to Los Angeles in 1980 for the second time, and I quickly got into the Screen Extras Guild, which was a union, and I was making about, I think, in 1979, 1980, it was about $70 a day, and then there were lots and lots of things that made the amount of money you receive in a day go up. For example, I had a car, Rambler, 1969 Rambler, and it worked a lot. People wanted my car in their production. The assistant directors would come on the set and they'd say, "Who owns the Rambler?" So my hand would go up and say, "Park it over here, we're going to have it as part of the scene." It's visible in Heartbreak Ridge, it's visible in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It's in a lot of TV series, on several episodes of the new Leave It to Beaver. And the car made $27 back then. I don't know what it makes now. If you had a vintage car back then, or a Rolls Royce, if you owned a Rolls Royce, you get $100 a day for your car. And they have to also pay you, because you're working as an extra, even if you're not in the scene, even if you stand by and the movie star drives your car. You get paid for the car, you get paid for the being there. Root beer tastes good. I would get paid extra money for wardrobe if I worked in a tuxedo, or if I worked in the Lincoln outfit. The price for special wardrobe that the extra provided for themselves back then was $15. I'd get $15 for the Abe Lincoln outfit, $15 for being a priest, $15 for being a cowboy. Anything that required me to wear something that was not something you would see walking down the street, a casual wardrobe. If I wore the tuxedo, for example, I'd get an extra $15. Then if I wore hair goods, like if they put a mustache on me or a beard, Abe Lincoln, beard, I'd get $15 for the wardrobe and $15 for the beard. There was a lot of money to be had back in the 1980s. I don't remember what the union initiation fee was back then. I think for Screen Actors Guild it was very high. It's much, much higher now. You can go to SAG-AFTRA.org, SAGAFTRA.org, and you can eventually find your way around the site, and you'll find out how much it costs to join SAG-AFTRA and what is required to join. But the thing I worked on that I was really good at, and I'm not bragging, I'm telling you how I became successful in Hollywood. A lot of you will hear what I'm saying, but you won't hear what I'm saying. What I was good at, I was not a good actor, I was not a good dancer, I was not a good musician. I certainly was not a good stunt person, but I would get chosen to be upgraded to what was known as an A part, Screen Actors Guild, as opposed to SCG part, which meant I got a lot more money per day. And I would get residuals when the movie or TV show was seen on the air. The thing I was good at, I was not talented, but I was good at saying hello to people, meeting people. Walking on the set, they knew who I was. There's Tom. He's an extra. He's background. He worked in that scene where he was a priest a couple months ago. More food. Woodsy woodsy. The food is gone. I'll take a sip of root beer. And let me reach over here. This is my secret dessert. It is Twix. Twix candy bar, Halloween Twix. Now, I've already had a video where I showed me eating some of my leftover Halloween candy. Reese's peanut butter cups and so on. With this Twix is leftover Halloween candy, but it's not my leftover Halloween candy. It's candy from, in the case of this Twix package, this came from Kroger. Half price. Halloween candy was discounted 50%. So whatever this cost, it's half of what it normally would be charging. You would be charged for if you purchased it. But I'm going to have Twix for dessert. And I thank you very much for stopping by and spending some time with me and telling me those wonderful stories. And thank you for watching.